Good morning. Time for Monday's shibashi set. Hope everyone's well. I'm going to join in this morning. Very exciting day today because today is haircut day. So have a good long look at it now, because next time you see this it should be really funky and an awful lot shorter and a lot cooler. So yeah, I'll show you the white before it disappears. Haircut day, very exciting. So I could do with this shibashi to calm me down a bit. When we finish, I'm going to be driving into Bristol. The car's already loaded up. It's full of Leavers hoodies for all those lovely kiddlywinks. So I've got to drop those off in Bristol, and then I'm heading round to see Paul and he's going to work his magic. So very exciting. Hi Jane, hi Steph, hi Sue, morning Teen. So yeah, and I'm going down to see Teen on Thursday after class, so that's really exciting too. So yeah, it's going to be a good week. I've been working out in my shed through all this wind on the weekend and made a couple of nice bits. I think my biggest trouble is after I've revamped something is trying to part with it to actually sell it on, because I keep doing things and thinking, oh, that's really nice, I want to keep that. So we're going to do a good shibashi set this morning, concentrating on what our head and neck's up to. I don't know how you guys are all feeling, but I know especially when all this wind's blowing, we tend to be much more hunched up and hold a lot of tension through the shoulders and the neck. So we're going to try and concentrate on freeing that neck up, getting it moving and practicing safely, so that when you're doing each move that you're not putting too much stress on that neck at all. So yeah, I put a bit of makeup on today as well. Excited, going out, doing something. Right, Mavis is ensconced on the mat, so whether she'll join us or not, I don't know. Yeah, I hope everyone's feeling good. Any new problems or anything, then do let me know. Just sort of chatting about with things, part reopening now, and I think we're going to be a little while still doing these videos. So what is actually quite interesting, if you look back through my videos, I think the first one I did back in March, I just had a haircut. So you can see the progression of the hair all the way through. What happens if it's not cut for 4 months? Nearly 5 months. So yeah, I've had an estimate as well, so it's quite a big quotation. So don't really save money on that. What else? Yeah, that's about it. Andy's printing at the moment, so hopefully nobody will turn up and need my attention, because I might have to just disappear for a second and sort them out. But fingers crossed we'll be uninterrupted. Oh, Mavis. She's got the right idea, this cat. She just spends all day sleeping. Early evening little run round, and then all night sleeping. Sounds good, doesn't it? Right, let's get warmed up. Make sure you've got your water handy, although it is cooler today. Still got to keep that fluid intake up. So we'll get everything moving before you start your week. Feet facing forwards. I've got my iPad at a bit of an angle today, so trying to line myself up properly for you. Okay, we're just going to start by moving the head from right to left. I know this doesn't seem like much of a stretch as we start, but we are mimicking what we want that head to do once we get into the shibashi set. So all the time, this is the only movement through the head and neck. And for the warm up only, we're going to drop the neck down, circling through, stretching out through the back of the neck as we drop the chin down, looking from one side to the other. might feel this across the back of the shoulders as you're dropping the head forward. Remember, the head weighs so much more when it's leaning forwards. Is the phone going? So we'll ignore that. Right, we're going to bring the head back to centre. Just interlink your hands and we're going to put them behind the back of the neck with the fingers interlinked, just to support the neck as you gently stretch backwards very slightly. Elbows facing forward if you can, supporting the neck, and then release it forwards. So very gentle stretching back. Think about stretching up rather than back. So you're creating length through the spine. So stretching up and over. And dropping forwards. We'll do one last one. So getting all that length up, that invisible thread pulling you up through the crown of the head, up and over. Drop the arms. You keep the head fixed still now. I'm just going to think about moving the eyes. So the eyes are going to look up, down, right and left. And keep working through this. Up, down, right and left. It's really important because most of the stuff we're doing with the shibashi is thinking about the eyes doing the movement. So you're taking in as far as they'll go in every direction. Now if you can, look up to one side, down to the other side. So you're working those eyes round in a circle. 4 movements. And then when you get back to the top, we'll go around the other way. So looking up to one side, down and the other side. You should be getting a really good view of your nose, especially if you've got a big nose like me, all the way around. So the head still, just moving those eyes as far as they'll go. And then coming back to centre. Going to shrug those shoulders up to the ears and then just let them drop. Right up to the ears and let them drop. Once more, up to the ears, let them drop. One shoulder up, let it drop. Other shoulder up, let it drop. Now remember, it's the shoulders moving, not the head. So when you bring the shoulder up, don't bring the head over as well. Shoulder up, let it drop. One more, let it drop. So that's the last time the shoulders are going up to the ears at all. And take the arm, full arm, circling forwards and around. So the other thing with our head position, taking the arm back and around, is trying to consciously keep the shoulders down from those ears. So you're not holding any tension through the shoulders. And the other arm, I'm going to circle forwards. At least 3 big circles forwards, then taking it back and around. And then we're taking hands into the front of the shoulder blades. I'm going to do the same, but leading with the elbow to circle the elbow forwards and around. And then taking it back. Just trying to free up the shoulders. Then changing arms, circling that elbow forwards and around. You can drop the other arm if you want to. And then taking it back. Dropping the arms. So we've now got our series of stretches. So we're going to stretch to lengthen both sides of the body. So we're going to reach up with one hand and down with the other. Trying to get as much length as you can through both sides of the body. Turn your head to the side of the long arm and then clamp those eyes up to look towards the back of that top hand. Changing sides, so reaching up to the sky, pushing down to the ground, looking up that long arm. One more each side. Remember, we're not doing a side bend, we're just trying to get length through both sides of the body. You should feel it in here and the other side. As you reach up and push down, reaching up to the sky, pushing down to the ground. Dropping the arms. Going to stretch across the chest, bow and arrow, so out long with one arm, point the finger, pulling back across, try and keep this shoulder down so you're not tensing that up too much. Stretching across the chest, turning the head and looking down the long arm. Remember to breathe, don't hold your breath as you're doing this, just try and breathe nice and relaxed. Dropping the arms, do the same to the other side, so pointing the finger out, conscious of that shoulder not wrenching up into the air, pulling back across the chest, looking, turning the head and then looking down that long arm. Do one more to each side. So reaching out, oh, watch that shoulder on me, it tends to want to pop up. And then the other side. So think about what the body's doing, how the muscles feel, where you're tight, where you're sore. Dropping the arms. Going to interlink the fingers, turn the hands away from us and straighten those arms. So the fingers are nicely locked together. Now bringing these hands up to wherever you can comfortably get, depending on your shoulders. So if you can't get as high as me, don't worry, go to wherever you can. And then we're going to just bring the backs of the hands down to either the top of the head or the front of the face. You want to challenge yourself a little bit more with this stretch. Then raise up onto the toes so your heels are lifted. And then push up with the arms and down. Pushing up and down. So wherever these arms are, if you've got the heels lifted, you're engaging the legs. So even if you're here, each time you bring those hands out and back, it's going to alter your centre of gravity. So those heels and feet and ankles have really got to work hard. And then lower back down. It's actually harder to go out away from you, I think, with the heels up than it is to go up above. Right. Swinging the arms around the torso. I'm going to bring the hands up to tap the front of those shoulders. They've just been doing a lot of work. Good swing around the body. Then hands coming forwards. Soft elbows. Soft at the wrists. We're going to circle the hands. Moving at the wrists, circling both hands in. Try and do about a dozen circles in. And then we'll take them back the other way. Make sure you've got no tension through the hands. Head's nice and relaxed, just looking forward, not throwing it backwards or forwards. Then still the hands, we're going to make two fists, strong fists. And then stretch all those fingers out as wide as you can, trying to get as much space between them all as possible. Back into fists. And then a big stretch of the fingers. Just make sure as you're doing this, you're not hunching the shoulders at all, they're relaxed and down. Back into fists and a big stretch out. Imagine I'm pulling really hard on the end of each finger, trying to pull them out of the sockets. Do one more back into fists and a big stretch of those fingers. Okay, turning one hand palm up. Going to gently pull back on the fingers to stretch out the inner wrist, straightening the arm, bringing the arm to wherever you comfortably need to get it for a stretch. Take it higher if you need to, don't force it though. And then changing arms, so palm up and a gentle pull back on the fingers, stretching it out through the inner wrist. Then we're going to drop the arms, heels and hands into the lower back, pushing down and out. Pushing down and out for kidney wiping. See, there's a lot of people popping on. Who have we got? Auntie Carrie. Hi Auntie Carrie. Hi Claire. Good morning. Hi Sue and hi Ellie. Right, we're on the kidney wiping. Those of you who've just joined us. Have a bit of a stretch out. You know where your body needs it. So as always, don't need to do all of this warm up. If you can, it's brilliant. Do the bits you need to for your body. Drop the hands, feet still facing forwards. Going to just circle the hips around, circling one way. And if you can try and keep your head central, so all the movements coming from lower down. Think about your head being fixed in one place. It's all the hips and waist, knees and ankles doing that movement. Put your hands on your hips if it helps. And then we'll take them back around the other way. And then back to centre, coming down to the knees. Give the knees a really good rub in and around. And then fingertips on the knees. If your knees allow it, you might want to take your feet a little bit wider apart for this to be comfortable. And have fingertips on the knees. Look down with the head so you're not putting any strain on your neck. I tend to look up because I'm talking to the camera, but looking down, circle both knees in. So fingertips on the knees. This is too uncomfortable, bring the hands higher up the leg. Remember, 70% effort for everything, so don't over push, over stretch. And then back the other way. Both knees circling out. This really works through the ankles. Try if you can to keep your feet as flat to the floor as you're allowed. They will rock a little bit from side to side. Try and keep all the toes down. Then fingers on the knees. We're going to look over to the right, come back through the middle, looking to the left. Centre to the right, centre to the left. So slightly bending the knees as you come through the centre and straightening them as much as you can as you get to the side. So stretching out through the hamstrings at the back of the legs. So you can probably feel this right up into the bottom. And straightening back up. I'm gonna leave the heel taps out today. I think we're just gonna lift the right foot up so the heel's off the ground. Circle the ankle round one way. And then back the other way. Any of you are admiring these leggings? They're a couple of years old now, but they were from the middle of Little Bins. So dropping the heel down, changing feet, circling the ankle. If anyone is a little shopper, I highly recommend when they put their exercise gear out, take a look at it. It's dead cheap, usually really well made. And back the other way. Can't remember if I did back the other way on that one or not. Drop that heel down. I'm going to take the right foot slightly forwards, about half a foot forwards, just lifting and lowering the toes, gently stretching out through the calf. And turning the foot out to the side, so the whole leg's turning from the hip, the knee should be pointing the same direction as the foot, lift and lower the toes. Talking of calves, we had a visit from Simon's Cattle yesterday morning, so that was a rude awakening. at 7:30 on a Sunday morning. Mother and daughter trotting up the drive, leaving a trail of kaimach. Stepping back, forward with the other foot. Lift and lower the toes, stretching out through the calf muscles. And turning the whole leg to the side. So remember, you're turning from the hip, knees pointing out, lift and lower. It's quite a slow lift and lower, just so you can start to feel the stretch when the toes are up. Stepping back, I'm going to march through the feet. So you all know how this goes. We're marching toe, toe, heel, heel. Outside foot, inside foot, inside foot. Toe, toe, heel, heel. Out, out, in. Toe, toe, heel, heel. Out, in. Toe, toe, heel, heel. Out, in. Toe, toe, heel, heel. Out, in. Perfect. Right, that's the warm up for today done. Let's see who we've got. Grab your drinks, folks. Hello, Ellie. So, those of you who missed the very start of this video, today is haircut day. Hooray! So, take one long last look at this that's grown since the start of these videos. From the very first one, I just had a haircut, and now I'm getting the next one. So yeah, it's a big colour change as well. So even if you don't fancy practicing the shibashi on Thursday, you might want to tune in and have a look. I haven't gone completely mad. This has been planned, and fingers crossed. Very, very exciting. So we're concentrating head and neck. And I really want you all to think about, as we practice the shibashi moves, this head being balanced. It's difficult because I've got a very short neck, but no matter how long or short your neck is, we've all got the same number of vertebrae in there, and they get crunched down and tense, and everything gets sort of stuck together. We're thinking about making length through the neck and keeping it balanced on the top of the spine. Head weighs about 10 pounds, and as you lean forward, that weight increases and increases and increases. And if you spend your whole life looking at something on a screen, playing with a phone, playing games, doing knitting in a chair, and your head's down, you get this thickness at the back of the neck, which eventually leads to that really aging dowager's hump. That's what I've been trying to avoid. I think you guys probably are too. So thinking about the head being nicely balanced on the top of the spine. Really important that the chin is relaxed and forward. So we're not dropping the head forward and you're not throwing it back. Keeping it relaxed all the way through. And as we're practicing, make sure the jaw's relaxed so you're not clenching your teeth together. And also think about what you're doing with your eyes. Hopefully you're not frowning at me or swearing at me. It's the joy of this Facebook, is I can't hear what you're saying when I go to the next move and everyone goes, oh my God, I hate this one. I'm a big eye roller, so I know Karen sees it in the Pilates classes sometimes. Keeping the head and face relaxed. So be conscious all the time about what's going on here. We've got so many muscles and that in our head. And we don't want to be squinting, so try not to be squinting at the screen, frowning, tension through the jaw, really important. And all the time we're thinking about that golden thread pulling you up tiny, tiny bit taller. Now through each move, the head is only going to move left and right. When we're following with our eyes, so I'll be saying eyes on the active arm, it really is just the eye moving. So when we do holding a ball, we're reaching across the body, the head moves left to right, and then the eyes follow that hand all the way up. The hand turns, the eyes are still following it, the eyes follow the hand back across the body, Head staying still, eyes looking down till it goes out of sight, and then the eyes pick up the other hand as it goes across. So all the time it's what's going on here. That's partly why the shibashi is really, really good for preventing falls and improving balance, because a lot of falls happen, people's eyes get lazy and you're not using the whole vision that your eyes got. As we age, you get your old age eyesight, so it is going to start to deteriorate, but the peripheral vision, the brain's got used to not using it. We're trying to wake it up so that hopefully you get used to using it and you're less likely to miss that step, misjudge things. So that's what we're working on. It's really, really beneficial for the eyes. So eyes and heads, that's what this is all about. Standing up, we'll start the set. Okay, coming back a little bit. Feet facing forwards. We are going to take a couple of breaths just to relax into Wuji. So making sure those feet are facing forwards, knees are soft and relaxed. Make sure you're not gripping at the bum. Slightly tip the pelvis back. Going to have arms relaxed and open to the sides, hands relaxed, soft elbows. Remember the shoulders are down and relaxed, and the head's balanced on the spine. Try to be conscious you're not pushing the chest forward at all. Just all relaxed. Breathing in and out through the nose. You keep the tongue on the roof of your mouth if you can, but if you need to, breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now consciously think about that golden thread pulling you a tiny bit taller all the time we're practicing. And remember to keep the knees behind the toes. I'm not going to concentrate on the bottom half of the body too much today. So knees behind toes, 70% effort. Stepping out to commence, so at least shoulder width apart. Soften those knees. Going to breathe in, bringing the hands up, and breathe out as we lower back down. Breathing in and out. So heads facing forwards, eyes are looking forwards and very slightly down. Straightening up through the legs as you breathe in, and slightly sinking as you breathe out. Okay, moving into broadening one's chest, breathing in, arms come out and wide. Breathing out, arms coming back down. Now again, heads forwards, eyes are looking forwards and slightly down. As you reach the extreme with the hands, you should still be able to just see them at the corner of your eye. Breathing in, straightening up through the legs, and breathing out. Remember, as you take that breath in, your belly expands, breathing right into the stomach. And as you breathe out, you're contracting from the pelvic floor, slowly up through. working all those core muscles on the out breath. Breathing in and out. Okay, dancing with rainbows coming up, so breathing in, leaning to one side, sinking into that knee. Breathing out. So now we're looking at head moving from one side to the other. And if you can, eyes are following that active hand as it comes up and over till the head turns and they switch to the other arm. Breathing in and out. And trying to get each movement to last a full 5 seconds if you can. But if that breathing's a little bit slow for you, then go to wherever your breathing allows. Breathing in and out. In hands back to centre, circling arms, going to drop the hands down, crossing at the wrist to breathe in, turning the hands to bring them down, breathing out. And just move back a little bit, breathing in and out. Straightening up through the legs on the in-breath. Breathing out as you lower back down, thinking pelvis backwards. Breathing in and out. So head's facing forwards. Eyes are looking towards the ground about 2 meters in front of you. Last one, breathing in and out. Hands are returning to the waist. We're going palm up as we drop one arm down. Reach forward with the other one. We're twisting waist and swinging arm. Breathing out to the front. Dropping that hand. Breathing in as the arm comes up and over. And out to the front. Now again, the head's turning with the spine from the waist. You're not really turning the head round. It's moving with the top half of the body. When you get as far as you can go comfortably and you're bringing that arm up and over, then you're looking back with the eyes to focus on what that hand's doing. So the head's moving with the top half of the body. When you're dropping that arm back, you're turning the head round. Don't force the head back further. It should be going with the spine, up and over. So we're still thinking about the head balancing on top of the spine. Do one more each side, breathing in, arm coming up and over, breathing out as the palms cross to the front. Breathing in and out. Dropping those arms, rowing a boat, backs of the hands facing back. I'm going to breathe in, arms coming up, straightening up through the legs. Breathe out, lower those arms down, sinking at the knees. Breathing in and out. So as you breathe in, backs of the hands facing back. And breathe out, palms facing the floor. Keep those elbows soft. Head's back in the central position. Looking forward and very slightly down. Resist the urge to lift the heels at this time. We're still keeping those feet flat to the ground. One more, breathing in, rowing a boat, breathing out. And we're going right heel up, right hand across the body. Breathing in, holding that ball, turning the hand, breathing out as the hand comes back across the centre. Breathing in, coming up on both heels if you can, and out. Breathing in, so head's just turning from side to side. Eyes are focusing on the back of that hand now as it comes across you till it goes out of sight. And then the palm of the hand as you reach to the other side. Breathing out. So slightly sink those knees back through the out breath, straightening up on that in breath. Really working through those legs, breathing in and out. Holding a ball, imagine that ball in your hand, and then you let it go, breathing out. Last one this side, breathing in. And then reach into the other side, up on those feet, breathing out, lowering the heels. Going to take both hands now, keeping the feet flat if you can, breathing into the side, carrying the moon, breathing out through centre and breathing in. So the head's just moving side to side as we've been practicing on the other moves. And then as you get to the side, take those eyes to glance back under that top armpit or towards the top hand, whichever is easier for you to focus on. Breathing in and out. All the turning here is coming from the waist. So don't go any further than you can comfortably get. And the last one. As we come back to centre, straighten slightly through the legs, breathe in, and carry on twisting to the side. So breathe out to push the heel of the hand away. Breathing in, back to centre. Twist waist, push palm. Breathing out and in. Breathing out and in. Now, eyes are going to focus on that hand as it pushes away. Breathing in as you come back to centre. Now, if you find it hard to sort of focus towards the hand, think about where the hand's aiming and focus your eyes there. Breathing in. So again, that head's just moving from side to side. Looking towards where the hand's going, and if you can, glance into the back of the hand with the eyes. Breathing out and in. Breathing out and in. Right, last one for this. So I'm going to push that hand out, turn the palm to face us, bringing it slightly closer to the face. Breathing in, playing with clouds. Changing the hands over, breathing out. Now here we've got our head moving around with the spine. Eyes are focusing on the palm of that top hand. And breathing out. Breathing in. Double check you haven't stuck your thumb up in the air. And breathing out. Keeping that focus on the palm of the hand. Hopefully you're concentrating so much doing this with what your eyes are doing that Tom Hardy could streak past us right now and you wouldn't even notice, ladies. Breathing in. Out. Do one more set, breathing in. And out. Then we're going to work to the side, so whichever side you're at now, take the foot half a foot forward and turn it out. Going out over this knee, so we're going to breathe in, lifting the back heel, scooping the sea, reaching up to the sky. Breathing in and out. Now your gaze is out over this knee. Breathing in and out. Now if you're doing quite a small movement, the head's staying balanced. You're not throwing it backwards or dropping it forwards. If you're coming down lower, you will have your gaze shift, but again try and keep the head on the spine straight, so it's the torso that's doing the movement, the head's just following. You're not putting any extra strain as you look forwards and then look up. Breathing in and out. Changing sides, dropping the arms down, changing the foot position. So again, out over this knee, lifting the back heel, breathing out, dropping that heel, lifting the toe. Breathing in and out. So take that gaze so the neck's in a comfortable position. And if you're keeping the movement smaller, you're just looking straight ahead out over that knee. Breathing in out. The moment you start to feel anything tense in the back of your neck, think about what you're doing with it. Shouldn't be feeling anything here at all. Breathing in and out. Stay in this side, playing with waves, pushing away, and then breathing in as the fingers come back to you. Breathing out and in. Now remember, arms aren't going fully straight, you're hinging at the shoulders and hinging at the wrists, keeping those elbows soft. And looking in the direction of travel, ahead and slightly down. Breathing in as we change sides, hands coming back to the centre, changing those feet, and breathing out as you push the other way. Breathing in and out. Be conscious of that leg not locking the knee out as you lift your toes. Make sure your hands and fingers are nice and relaxed. Breathing in and out. Fingers coming back towards you, heels of the hands pushing away. Now as we push out with the hands, we're going to turn the palms to face us. Breathing in, it's spreading wings, and breathing out. Breathing in and out. So just like broadening one's chest, you're not throwing the chest forward when the hands are out here. You can still see them at the corner of your eyes. Gaze is out over that knee and very slightly down. And as the hands come forward, they're only coming to shoulder width apart, so not too close together. And make sure you haven't stuck your thumbs up in the air. Arms wide, coming to centre to change sides, stepping back, off we go on the other leg. Breathing in as you come back, breathing out to push away. Front toe lifts, back heel lifts. Now you should really feel those arms have been working. Feel the top of the arms and maybe in the shoulders. And back to centre. Going to take an in-breath, straighten those feet up, making two strong fists, fingernails pointing upwards, soften the knees. We're going to push away on the out-breath and breathe in to pull the arm back. punching on the out and in. Now remember, as you punch away, keep the elbow soft. You're doing a very slight, slow lift and lower as you punch away, slight straightening through the legs as you bring the arm back, slightly sinking. And breathing in, breathing out, and in. Good powerful fists. Head's just facing forwards, gaze is slightly down. You should be seeing these fists moving out of the corner of that eye as it comes forward and back. Last one, punching forwards and pulling back. I'm going to drop the hands, give the fingers a wiggle. Coming up onto our toes now, flying like a wild goose. Step back a little bit. We're going to keep little fingers to the front of the thighs, front side of the thighs here, soft arms. Breathing in, coming up onto those toes. Let the backs of the hands lead the way. And breathing out. So we lower back down. Breathing in. Gaze forwards and very slightly down. And out. Try to keep equal weight through both feet. Only coming up as high as you can manage without face planting onto the floor. And as the hands return, fingers to the sides of the thighs. Breathing in. And out. Trying to make this look as graceful as possible. Plus of doing this without anyone else around is that if somebody else gets the wobbles, it's not off-putting. Do last one, breathing in and out. Heels lower to the ground. Palms of hands face each other. I'm going to bring the arms round. Breathing in and out. So this is our circling arms like a spinning wheel. Now if you're doing this version of the movement, keep that head central. So arms are moving around you. And gaze slightly forwards if you can. Try not to follow the hands with the eyes, it's difficult. Do one more, breathing in and out. Change direction at the bottom, and the full move. More of a weight shift, your head's going to move with those hands and arms. We're moving from the waist. Breathing out. Turning the body. Breathing in. And out. Now if you can, try and get into a little bit of a back extension through midday on that in-breath. But coming from the waist, not just throwing the head back. If the head moves, it's moving because you're moving from the waist. Breathing in and out. back up, bouncing a ball, or bouncy ball, whatever you're calling it at home. In breath, out breath. So either the heel lift or the knee float. Out breath. Or the knee lift with the heel raise. Out breath. In breath. So we're trying to look forwards and slightly down, keeping that standing leg facing forwards. The minute you don't concentrate, which is what I didn't do then, you lose all balance. Hand moving to about the ear level, not any higher if you can help it. I know sometimes it looks like my arm's going up a bit higher on this. It's partly to do with how the filming is going on. We don't need to stick our hand right up in the air. Knee coming wherever you can comfortably get to. So if you just need to do a little lift of the leg, that's fine. If you're progressing from just raising the heel, don't worry about lifting that leg up too high, just get the foot off the floor. Try not to lean back as you do this, takes it all into your back, so we're keeping straight through the body. Do one more to each side, breathing in and out. Checking those feet are facing forwards, soften the knees, press palms, so pelvis is back, breathing in, hands coming up, and breathing out, pushing the hands away, breathing in, and out. So now we're head looking forwards again, breathing in, slightly down, gaze forwards and slightly down, breathing in, calming everything down, breathing out. Be aware of any tension through the fingers. Breathing in and out. I'm going to bring the feet back so hip bone distance apart, taking the arms up to a soft prayer position with the hands down through the centre line of the body, so you straighten yourself up, and left hand and right hand onto the lower tummy, and we just have a little wiggle if you need to. Relax, take some long deep breaths in and out, so breathing in and out. Have a think through the body now, equal weight through both feet. Knees are softened, bottoms relaxed, pelvis is slightly tipping back, shoulders are relaxed and down, thumbs are relaxed, fingers relaxed. Head's nicely balanced on top of the spine, jaws relaxed and soft, you're not frowning at me, and we've got that golden thread giving you a little bit of extra height through the top of the crown of the head. Breathing in and out. And in. One more breathing in and out. Thank you everyone, well done. All those who joined in, thanks for joining me. Let's wake you up. Give a good hand rub. Feel the warmth between the palms of the hands, and then a good rub of the face in and around all of the face, back of the neck, and then fingers into the scalp, the head a good rub. Take your feet a little bit further apart if you want to, get comfortable. Tap down the outside of both arms, and then tap up the insides. Then we'll tap down the outside of the legs from the bottom all the way down to the ankles if you can reach it, up the insides, go wherever you can get to, and then we're wiping outside arms, wipe away, inside arms, wipe away, down the legs, outside the legs, wipe, 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 and then the inside of the legs. And you're done. Thank you very much for joining in. I do appreciate it. What we got? Hello, 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 hello. Everyone's saying hello to each other. That's lovely. So, drink lots of water. Stay fit. Stay happy. Stay healthy. Anything like Mavis, stay sleeping. I will turn the camera around at the end if she doesn't put an appearance. I don't think she's going to move. She just got up and had some food and then let back down again while we were doing that. So yeah, haircut day, everyone. Exciting, exciting, exciting. I have had my pedicure's been cancelled for tomorrow because they're not open yet. So that'll be a couple more weeks at least, I think. So I might have to do them again myself now. But yeah, any questions, anything anybody wants to particularly cover, as always, just ping me a message, give me a shout. We can tailor the classes to suit. If anyone's struggling with any move in particular and wants that one or two moves gone over, then let me know. Thanks, Sharon, I needed that. That's good to hear, Claire. It is a lovely routine. I really enjoy it, and I know for a fact it has definitely improved my balance tremendously. It's also helped me a lot with my leg strength. I've noticed that as well. So it's quite often things that you probably didn't realise you had a problem with that will be improving. It's little by little. Hi Dave, it was nice to see you the other day. Hope you've been using your spiky ball. So if you can, try and do a shibashi set every day. The set, if you do 6 breaths of each move, should take you about 18 minutes to complete if you're doing it at about the right pace. If you finish a bit quicker, then you know you need to slow your breathing down. But if you can manage 20 minutes every day, fantastic. If you're only doing it twice a week in line with my videos, that's brilliant. Anything you do is better than nothing. So even just doing the warm-ups, if you need to, take the warm-ups away and do those. The more you can do, the better it gets, the easier it gets. Oh, hi Shirley. I'm not sure if you're an actual newbie to this or not. If you some of the videos further back, if you are a bit confused, are broken down more for people who haven't practiced at all before. But yeah, if you can try and do a practice most days or every other day, fit it into your routine. It's like you've got to enjoy and you've got to look forward to doing this. So if you're not enjoying it, you just won't bother doing it. Now I find that every other day is about right for me. That's kind of what I need to do. But you just do, if you want to, you can do it twice a day. You can do a set in the morning and a set later on. It's better to do more short sets than one long session. So it's much more beneficial for you to do a 20-minute set in the morning and one maybe after lunch, or one in the evening. If you are having trouble sleeping, then, and you're just tossing and turning at 3 o'clock in the morning, I know we all have days like that, then it's something you can get up and do this for 20 minutes and hopefully it'll help you get back to sleep again. Don't do it more than 3 times a day. I'm not sure if any of my students are that keen, but yeah, 3 times a day is recommended the maximum for any benefit. But there's always other routines and classes that can lead off the back of this. So if you're normally a very active and fit person, then do use the shibashi set as your warm up before going into other classes. So you might be doing quite a hardcore weighted workout, then use the shibashi before, get everything moving, or use it as the end as your cool down. So fit it into whatever your lifestyle and routine is. Like I say, just doing it is brilliant. Every time we practice we improve a little bit. Don't worry about getting it wrong. Just remember the 70% rule, 70% effort all the time. Never push it past that, and keep those knees back behind the toes as you're going up and down so you don't hurt your knees. Other than that, keep going. Don't worry if you can't lift a heel, you get in a muddle with the hands. If every time I say watch your thumbs you find you're doing this, don't worry about it. Eventually it'll come with time and you think, yeah, I've got that. As soon as you crack one thing, there'll be something else. Right, thanks Sharon, thanks. Off to work. Have a nice day at work, team. Hi Sharon, nice to see you on here. So yeah, tune in on Thursday for the big hair reveal. If anyone's on my Facebook and Instagram, no doubt I won't be able to resist posting a photo up before then. Yeah, I'm so excited, Sue. I'm so excited about my new hair. Honest to God, I don't think I've ever been this excited about a haircut in my whole life. I should be so glad to get rid of all this weight here because it's been really, really hot, and it's not quite long enough to successfully tie back. I can just about get another month. I'd be able to tie it back and it'd take that heat off. But in the warm weather, oh, it's just got to go. It's got to go. Right, I'm off, so I'm gonna have an early lunch. Do my Levers t-shirts. Then are mainly less hoodies this time, but lots of Levers t-shirts. Got a couple of them to deliver, and then I'm off to see Paul. So I'm gonna have a lovely afternoon. Hope you enjoy yourself. Enjoy the rest of the week, and bye-bye. I'll see you on Thursday. Oh, I forgot to show you Mavis, didn't I? We'll do a quick Mavis cam. If I can get her in. Then do a quick Mavis cam.